My name's Bill, and I'm an alcoholic. And this show is called Walking Back to Happiness. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to understand that drinking like I did would eventually cause those around me to get fed up and angry. Alcoholism is an insidious disease that becomes ingrained and damaging long before I could see there was a problem. Drinking was fun at the time, but it became both imperative and became a central pillar of my life, without which my whole world would seemingly collapse, and I grew to accept that I wasn't willing, nor was I capable, of living without it. It was my go-to solution to relax, to meet friends, to enjoy happy hours of partying after work. Unfortunately, this was not a weekend thing. It became a daily thing, and friends slowly started to disappear. My motivation waned, and my vision and hope for a bright and happy future evaporated into thin air. When I was 6 years old, in the early swinging 60s, a song hit the charts, a big song. On those cool summer evenings, this song, Walking Back to Happiness, along with the locomotion and the four seasons, filled our summer nights. Walking Back to Happiness transports me back to a time in my life where I was carefree, resentment-free, and happy just playing. I had my Lego, my wind-up train set, and a collection of things that boys have. I didn't have a long childhood, as drinking, the deepest of fears, resentful thoughts and dark feelings all came along at a stupidly tender young age. Silly thoughts, some very grown-up thoughts, and many ungrounded and unfounded thoughts and fears, the likes of which have never really gone away. Eventually, I got married and raised a family. We had a lovely home, but with my drinking there was always an undercurrent of dissatisfaction and what ifs. Resentment seemed to be a constant, and gravitating towards the negative pulled a perfectly good day down to one of deep, dark anguish and very dark places. Arriving at the doors of AA, I started to reverse the flow of negativity in my life. I started to make sense of my fears, and I worked on my resentments. And in those early heady days of sobriety, I saw a light shining some way off, a light that signalled my new life. But that light slowly moved closer, and it started to be a little brighter. And today, that light shines bright. Have I walked back to happiness? Well, yes. In our readings, we talk about trudging the road of happy destiny, and the word trudge, when it was written, meant to walk with purpose. And that's what this past 25 years have all been about. Walking with purpose back to a happiness I once knew in my childhood, a seemingly never-ending happiness of carefree, sun-filled days. I'm never going to reach the utopia I once felt, but by walking with purpose, I'm aiming for each day to move closer towards a place I once knew, a place I remember of being okay in my own skin. not worrying about what everyone else thought about me, and not concerning myself with what and why everything happens. And before I started taking everyone's inventory, I felt somehow safe in this world. In sobriety, I do walk with a certain purpose. I walk with a longing for a stronger sobriety than I had yesterday, and I walk with purpose to another day without the need to pick up a drink. And I walk to a place in life where I can pass on the message of recovery to a fellow human being as it was so freely passed on to me. One day at a time, just for today, where I walk back to happiness. Bill the Shirt, Bristol.